Hey there, teacher friends. This is Bill MacDonald, aka Clark Kent Superman, better known as the Common Sense Math Doctor. In today's video, I want to show you how to turn the most difficult math question in elementary in history into the easiest by just teaching your students a couple of simple skills when it comes to fractions that are proper and improper versus mixed fractions. So this question on the test in 2019 or one like it only got 28%. That means basically out of every 4 students who read that question, only 1 student got it correct. So that doesn't mean that your curriculum is necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong with your teaching. It's just the way that you were teaching it wasn't getting through to the kids. They didn't understand how to attack a question involving a combination of fractions and mixed numbers. So I'm going to show you not the way, but a way to help your kids. And I'm hoping that it will make a difference with you. Please share this video. This question came from question number 24 on the 2019 test from the state. It only got 28% in May from reporting category 2, student expectation 4.3E. Now, imagine rules there. I'm not going to write it, but I have it memorized in my head now. R is read the question and then the problem. Then you can read the question again if you want. U is underline and understand what you're reading. L is to label, to mark the test a specific way according to how the teacher has taught you. E is to evaluate and execute this correct strategy based on what's being asked. Then E, eliminate and explain your wrong answers. S, select the correct answer that you think is correct. Search for errors, and then bubble in your Scantron or submit your answer on the answer document inside your computer. So here's the question. What was the difference you subtract? So since that was an important word, I would underline it and put U minus between the amount of time Kobe spent on 2-point shots honoring Kobe for his life, okay? 2-point shots. We'll find out how much that is. And the combined means you take something and you say, come together right now. Amount of time that he spent on free throws. So I'm going to open my box with brackets on free throws and close it after 3-point shots. Okay. Well, let's find out how much time was spent on 2-point shots. There it is. 2 1/4 hours on 2-point shots. So 2 1/4 hours. Okay. 2 hours, 1/4 of an hour. Every 15 minutes is 1/4. So 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 1/4 of another hour. And then it says the combined amount of time you spent on free throws, which is 1/4 of an hour. So we'll put that somewhere nearby, 1/4. And 3-point shots, which was, where is that? There it is, another 1/4. On 3-point shots. So now we've labeled, so we know what we're looking for. And sometimes it's better to plug in right next to what they're asking us the answers that go with them, because those are the numbers and those are the key words. So first, we have to combine. So I'm going to use my mathematics chart that I've shown you that you all get with when you purchase the 3rd through 8th grade math test. Combine means to come together. So fractions and their keywords: 1/4 of an hour spent on free throws, 1/4 spent on 3-point shots. So if you think of homes, if this is the 4th home, then the people who live in the home, you can add them together. So for example, if I have one person living in the 4th house and another person living in the 4th house, and I combine those two numbers, 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2 people living in the 4th house, which would change this fraction to 2/4 of an hour. And since we said that every 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes, that would be 30 minutes, which would be also known as half an hour. Okay, so we've already combined them. And we said the amount of time that was spent on 2-point shots was 2 1/4. So think about this. Since your students live in Texas, their state, instead of them being in a state of confusion when it comes to mixed numbers, have them change capital TX to lowercase tx, and then with their dry erase marker, if they're using this, they can write the 2 1/4, and they can put the T on the top, 2 numbers, and the X on the bottom. Okay, let's start the bottom, the foundation. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, and then the last name of the fraction stays the same in this case. So 2 1/4 is the same thing as 9/4. Okay, what is the difference? And I've been touching this a lot when I was preparing it, so it kind of wore out a little bit. Between the numbers, well, 9/4 minus 2/4 is 7/4. And so because the answer that your students got was an improper fraction, I can tell based on the results of 28% that your students didn't know how to take 7/4, the dividend of 7, and divide it by the divisor of 4, the numerator 7 divided by the denominator of 4. It's improper for a larger number to be on top of a smaller number. So I'm going to teach you something that will help your students be able to go back and forth between improper, which was what we just did with the 2 1/4, and mixed number. So Moss read, because I keep struggling with division. So we're going to multiply something until we get an answer that's equal to or larger than the number that's inside the dividend. So here's what we're multiplying. 4 times 0 is 0. That's not equal to or larger than 7. 4 times 1 is 4. Not there yet. 4 times 2 is 8. We went past. We can't do that. So here's what makes this easy. Whatever number's on top goes on the top because that's what you multiplied. And whatever number is on the bottom goes on the bottom. The answer, the product, and then you subtract those two numbers. 7 take away 4 is 3, or subtract 4 from 7 is 3. That's your RE, your remainder, and you will drop and go back to the top if there are more numbers inside the box, or you are done. Since we are done, then I suggest You teach your kids the clock method, and you tell them to think of the quotient as 12 o'clock. This word "and" that I wrote to the side at 3 o'clock. The remainder at 6 o'clock. And the divisor at 9 o'clock. And if you say them in clockwise order, you would say 1 and 3/4. So the answer that is equivalent to 7/4 is 1 and 3/4 hours was the difference between the amount of time that Kobe spent on the 2-point shots and the combined amount of free throws and 3-point shots. So 1 and 3/4 is one of our choices. If your kids read the numbers out of order, it's possible they could say one of these wrong. They could count wrong. They could only think about the 3/4 because sometimes they think of remainders or parts of remainders. So the answer is F. We would write an F next to it, bubble it in, cross off the other ones, and to be on the safe side, next to your number that you're going to choose in the book, place an F so that the F you choose for the number 8 in the book will be matching the F you choose in the Scantron for number 8 and the submission that you make on your computer. So there you have it. Please like this video on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page. I would greatly appreciate it. I'm going to have a link to the 3rd, 4th, and now I have the 5th grade tests available on my website. I highly suggest that since you have time to practice, that you do something that I call ED. Not that your students are emotionally disturbed, it's because we're not explaining differently for kids who are not getting it in traditional methods of teaching. We need total physical responses, and this one was just seeing the problem in a different way and using an analogy of a clock and how to use the acronym Texas to change a mixed number to an improper fraction. Share this video with your friends because there are too many students that are struggling with fractions, and I hope that this helped you and them. Good luck, students. We'll see you on the next video.